And Mexico will pay for it? What happened to that promise?
I wonder myself what happened, but I will say in his defense, look, in Trump's defense, he never said they would prepay for it. He explained very clearly how it would be done. He said it would be done. Well, he didn't.
Well, now we're...
he laid this out very clearly. He said we would tax remittances. Mexicans in this country, both legal and illegal, send back $25 billion every year. Okay. Every year. That's enough for the full wall. You put a 10% tax on that, as he recommended, and he put it in his immigration policy paper. In 10 years, you've paid for a $25 billion wall.
Okay.
In this riveting episode, Coulter squares off with Bill Maher in a debate that leaves the audience captivated. Known for her sharp wit and no-holds-barred conservative views, Coulter doesn't shy away from challenging Maher on his home turf. With calculated arguments and incisive rhetoric, she confronts Ma's liberal viewpoints, creating an intense back and forth that highlights the widening chasm between conservative and liberal ideologies. As the debate unfolds, Coulter's precise fact-based rebuttals put Ma on the defensive, with moments where he struggles to counter her pointed critiques. Unwavering in her stance, Coulter remains poised, delivering each counterpoint with confidence, often catching Ma off guard. The exchange is a testament to Coulter's skill in handling high-stakes debates, leaving both her supporters and Ma's fans buzzing about who really emerged on top. This episode captures a striking clash of perspectives, making it a must-watch for anyone interested in today's polarized political landscape. Let's look forward to it.
I think this build the wall line has become, I mean, it sounds like Crooked Hillary or lock her up. It isn't that. You're being played. This is, as Bernie Sanders said, a Koch brothers idea. This is lots of cheap labor pouring into this country is good for employers. It's not good for employees. You know who wants it? The Koch brothers. They want it. Rupert Murdoch wants it. My party wants it. Why hasn't Trump been able to get it through the first 2 years?
The point is that the wall won't stop that.
Don't want it. It's all of mass immigration. It's our legal immigration. It's no e-verify. The wall is a big part of that.
But the reason...
And you're being played to have everybody keep acting like this is some sort of racist thing. Working class wages have gone down. Middle class wages have been stagnant. It's great for the rich. It's good for you.
But
it's bad for people who work.
But the point was the wall won't stop that.
Of course it will.
Of course it won't. Most people who come here from Mexico don't come
for jobs.
They come for jobs. They come on a plane and then just stay.
That's absolutely not true. And if you say walls don't work, tell it to Netanyahu.
But that's a whole. That's a different.
It's not a different thing at all. They built a wall.
Yes.
Illegal immigration.
Right. They built a wall to stop suicide bombers. I've never. My gardener has not once tried to blow me up.
Look where we are now with immigration. If we had actually allowed Donald Trump to follow through on his original plans, I'm not saying there'd be zero immigration issues. I'm sure Kamala Harris and Joe Biden would have still found a way to make immigration a problem, because it seems like that's what they're aiming for. It doesn't look like they're trying to control immigration. It seems more like they're accelerating it, especially the illegal side. So yes, they would have probably created issues regardless, but it would likely be a lot more manageable than what we're facing now, no question about it. I get that a wall isn't going to stop all illegal immigration, like Bill Maher pointed out. Plenty come in legally and just overstay their visas. But at the same time, it would have made a difference, at least somewhat.
But let me just ask about his state of mind. He said the other day, I see a lot of the Democrats, almost all of them. This just speaks to his mind. And this is what I want to ask you, why you like this guy. He's starting with a giant lie that the Democrats, the end of the quote is, are breaking. I see a lot of the Democrats, almost all of them are breaking, saying, look, walls are good, walls are good. No Democrats are saying that. That's exactly the opposite of their position. Their leader said it's an immorality. So he starts with a lie. I see a lot of the Dems. He's in the middle of his own sentence when he then goes, almost all of them. You see, he builds on his own lie from 2 seconds before.
The story is pushed to a climax from here when different political views arise. and they seem to have lost their usual calm. If this is a topic that interests you, please like and subscribe to the channel. It will help us a lot. Now go back to continue the video.
That is so dangerous. His own.
Tell me that, oh, he's so coarse, he's so vulgar, he makes things up.
No.
Yeah, I went into this fully clear-eyed. Again, we liked that about him because respectable people who listen to NPR...
You like someone who doesn't live in reality?
Because I thought... we thought that he wouldn't care what the elites thought, and he'd actually keep his promises on this. And by the way, in fact, Nancy Pelosi did say we need a barrier at the border. Chuck Schumer did. Obama said it over and over again.
They certainly weren't talking about that.
But they decided, no, let's suck up to Wall Street, and they want cheap nannies. And the Republicans said, let's suck up to Chamber of Commerce. We want cheap nannies. All of you are being screwed. By the way, cheap labor isn't so bad for me. I'm not as rich as he is, but I'm not doing badly. My landscaping is beautiful. There is not a bit of slime on my pool. It's good for me, but I care about my fellow Americans and the working class.
Donald Trump often makes statements that are undeniably hyperbolic, and yet it somehow comes across as charming when he does. Take his claim about acing a dementia test, for instance. It's hilarious in a way that most other people just couldn't pull off. When Trump says it, it has this charismatic flair, and as Ann Coulter pointed out, even if Bill Maher disagrees, it's oddly endearing. Compare that to Joe Biden. When he says something similar, it can feel sad or worrisome. With Trump, though, it's clear he doesn't actually have dementia. He may not be as sharp as he once was, but he's far from senile. Trump knows how to provoke, to polarize. He might not believe every single thing he says, like claiming he's the most Christian person ever. But he understands that it gets a reaction. Whether you love it or hate it, it's powerful, and people respond. Some of history's most influential figures have always been polarizing, hated by half and adored by the other half. What I find mind-blowing is how critics like Bill Maher call Trump insane for his hyperbolic statements, then turn around and endorse Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, who in my view won't even acknowledge some of the real issues facing the country. And it's not just liberals. Many Republicans play this same game. They focus only on their side winning rather than solving real problems. But for people like me, the goal isn't to boost one side or the other. It's to improve the country. This time around, the Republican candidate happens to be addressing the issues I believe need fixing, while the Democratic candidate seems blind to them. Watching Ann Coulter take on Bill Maher and dismantle his points on his own show just goes to show how out-of-touch figures like Maher, and even his audience, can be. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of Ann Coulter's appearance on Real Time with Bill Maher? Did she destroy Maher in front of his own audience? Share your thoughts on this clash of ideologies. Thanks for watching.